This video is proudly supported by Wolfrace Alloys, who have been creating them since 1971, so do please check them out in the description below and let them know that we sent to you. Also, this video is supported by the GT Channel Network, who are proudly supporting us in creating our YouTube videos. So hi guys, welcome back to the Turbo Autos channel. Today we are going to be working on the Mazda 3 and we're going to be installing a 3.5 audio jack into your stereo. This is a aftermarket stereo, not the stereo that actually comes with the Mazda 3. So for this you're going to need a 3.5 universal socket adapter, you're going to need some RCA extension cable. Okay, for this modification you're going to need two lots of Phillips screwdrivers, one with a slightly smaller point, while this one has a quite refined point for those difficult screws. You then need some electrical tape just to secure some connectors and also just to kind of stick the auxiliary cable to your car. You need a blade for cutting the cable. You're going to need some cable ties to tie up all the loose ends. You're also going to need some variable sized screws, drill pieces. We've gone for one just to create the hole and one to make the hole bigger. You then, in the end, could use this one, but we decided to then go back to this one and kind of make the hole bigger. You're obviously then going to need the drill for the drill bits and an auxiliary cable to, well, play your music. So, the item we bought was this 3.5 flush mount jack socket, which as you can see has the actual adapter there. You then got the RCA cables here, which you need the extension cable for. Some cars you may not need it. And then you've also got the little plastic trim here, which will allow you to connect it, kind of to have it pointing upwards. It costs $13.99 on eBay, all the links will be in the description below. So let's fit it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is open up the glove box, run your fingers along the trim, and you should be able to find the points where they come off. Okay, so you then want to be removing these two screws here, which will take out this stereo.
We've covered how to remove and reinstall a stereo in Series 2, Episode 3.
And I would say usually keep your coins in this little bit here, but unfortunately we're going to be taking that bit out. So you need to keep them, I'd say, in your side door panel there. There is then two clips here. If you've never taken out the stereo before, these two clips here are what hold in the stereo and join it to your climate control. So you need to just gently grab it at the top and just pull towards you carefully. There you go, and that is how you remove it. What you then have to do is just disconnect all the cables that you may have connected into the back. So the cables we're going to be working on today is, I have a feeling, need to double check it, those two there. Because you can also have video in if you use that one. But yeah, for those two is your audio. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is you need to open up the glove box and also this compartment there. And then you need to grab this piece here and pull it up towards you. Hopefully. There you go. And then it's pull. Hopefully it should just slide out. There you go. There's that piece off. So this one will just lift out, which then will allow you to get around it. And we've then got two screws to undo here. I reckon these have never been undone since the car was made, so they will be pretty tight. What you need to do is just get your fingers in here, just unclip this. There you go, so that's that bit out. Tell you what, we'll leave that bit to the side. Now you see, you could, if you wanted to, now you've removed that part, you could go one step further and remove the climate control here, which would mean getting to two screws behind here. But for the purposes of this, we can actually run the cable down and it will actually come through to the bottom here, which then means we can run it down to there run it down here, we can run it past the gear stick, all the way down into the glove box. Okay, so now what we're going to do is pretty much grab the auxiliary cable, we're going to run it down behind the stereo, wire it all in, and then hopefully cut the hole into the, what's it called, glove box, center console thing. Okay, so we've got our extension cable here, and we've also got the actual part. So what we need to do is we need to connect these two ends. Best thing to now do is to make sure it actually works, and the way to do that is to plug in your auxiliary cable into here to then make sure that it does actually transmit sound. This will then go into the back of your stereo, obviously into your phone or iPod or MP3 player. So let's check it all out. Okay, so then you want to make sure that your stereo and your auxiliary cable work. So what you want to do is turn it off. You want to plug it into the back, so you want to find your two connector points. Where did I put them? Here they are. You want to plug it into the back using the auxiliary in, so red into red. For us, black goes into white. That's that. You then turn it on. As far as we go back, we then go auxiliary. Just loading it up. And then find the other end. Wherever we put it, where do we put the other end? There it is. So I'm just trying to get into the car, so we just plug it in there. The auxiliary, no signal, that's because I have a feeling it's trying to get video in as well. Unfortunately, this is a really dodgy cable. And you can't really tell, but I can hear it's working. There you go. Unfortunately, the good cable's not actually in my car. So obviously I will get a new cable for when it works, but as we now see, it genuinely works. You then want to tie these up. So what we're going to do is you want to get your tape, wherever I put it, here it is. If you don't have nails, this will absolutely suck. What you then want to do is you just want to start it here. You just want to wrap these cables up. It's just to stop it from, while the car moves, from actually coming apart. Cool, once that's that, you then get your blade and just cut it through. Never cut towards you either, because that's how accidents happen, even though I just did. There you go. Right, let's move this cable out of the way. I can go there. Let's run this down. You've also got to watch out for its mechanisms. You do not, I repeat, you really do not want to end up really doing the wrong thing and end up your gears. You don't want to get cables confused, you don't want to get them sliced. So you want to make sure you do route it the right side. And for me, now I've actually finally got room. That for me is actually routing it on this side, having it so we need to stick it above there on the plastic, and then need to route it down and have it stuck all along here. Otherwise we're going to get it all mixed in with the gear stick. That's going to be messy, and we really don't want that. And then we'll just have all the hidden cables, we'll just route it all up here. We can cable tie them together and we can stick them down there. But we really want it to be there. We need to now drill the hole. That's going to be the most interesting part, is drilling the hole into there. So what you want to do is you want to pretty much mark out where you want it to be.
Okay, so once you've marked it out, what you're then going to want to do is plug in your drill, making sure again you're not making sure cables are out of the way, so you don't end up tripping over them while you're drilling, because that's what you don't want to do. It could cause injury to yourself or damage to your car, which is way more important. No one wants to cause damage to their own car. Right, so pretty much what we're going to do is you want to start off slowly and Then progressively you want to get a little bit faster pushing it in, but make sure you're not continuously pushing it in, otherwise it will go wrong. So what you do is you want to ease it in, then once you've done that you want to change to the bigger drill piece to create the actual hole, which you can see being done now. And then once you've done that, you want to then go back to the smaller piece, tidy it all up until you can actually get it to fit. Once then it fits, push it through, make sure it stays in place, and then wire it all up.
Okay, so once you've finished cable tying that up, you then want to just secure it in down here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to secure ours there. We'll get some black tape and we'll just tape that in down there. Cool, that's that bit in. Then need to tape the rest of it in, which means tape it.
Okay, so what you want to do here is just take the cable and stick it to the side and make sure that it wants to stay there. You also may want to put in a little bit more tape further down, or maybe even on the plastic, depending on what car you're fitting this to. You obviously want to route it to the best possible way, make sure it sticks obviously straight to plastic, while if you stick onto a fabric it will be less likely to stick for the longer term.
Okay, for this you just want to now tidy up the rest of the cable that you don't need. So pretty much I'd say give yourself to about there, and then it's just a case of winding it all up. Once you've got it all tied up, just grab a cable tie, wrap it around. There you go. So then what we do is we'll probably then stick this up into there. That's the easiest place for that to go. In there. There it goes, that's now out of the way. And then it's just a case of placing the stereo in, and then we can place the rest of the trim back in. So we'll take the stereo. So there you go, that was how to install an auxiliary port into your car. It really is that simple. And if you really do enjoy Turbo Autos, please do subscribe, like us, share us, and suggest what you want to see in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.